One. And hello, this is Eric, aka Wolfman, and we have a couple of atheists that wanted to come on real quick. So we're going to bring them on one at a time. And they are going to prove to us that transitional fossils actually exist. So you say you have proof that transitional fossils actually exist,
No,
and they're not just
I
claims.
thought you were going to prove. I thought you were going to prove that God actually created something,
Oh, okay. Well, I'll
because
take
that's what
everybody
I was asking.
through. I'll take everybody through our discussion. But the discussion was not about God. It was about the gaps that atheists call for miracles in, and we were talking about abiogenesis and evolution. And you and your friend were saying that you had absolute proof that transitional fossils exist.
We've
Now,
got
are
lots of
you
transitional fossils, many of them,
you know you have claims? Okay,
and
let's
you
see
have
one.
claims, but you don't want to
That's
prove your
not, son.
claims.
That's not the debate. Okay, the debate is: are you going to show us that you have even one? Your ilk claims that every fossil out there is a transitional fossil, and it's an absolute lie. And you, son, have drank so
Prove
much
it.
Kool Aid, you don't know
Prove
what science
it.
is. So
You don't have any proof.
so
There's a
here's what
reason that, there is a reason that
here's
you do not want to.
here's what we're going to do, dude. I have muted you. I will unmute you in a moment here. And we're going to give you the opportunity. Well, right now, you see, this is the atheist response when they get backed into a corner and they can't point out even one transitional fossil. They can't point out even one. You know why they can't? I'll tell you why they can't. You see, he's not smart enough to know this. He doesn't even know how they determine what a transitional fossil is. I'll tell you how they do it. They dig a bone out of the ground or a skeleton. Yeah, of course he's going to leave. They dig a skeleton out of the ground. And then they look at that skeleton. Michael, you're on. Then they look at that skeleton and they say, okay, well, this has a similarity here with this other skeleton. And this is a similarity with another skeleton. So this is obviously a transition between these two animal groups. And they call it a transitional fossil. And they throw that particular animal somewhere on the chart in between two other animal groups. And they never ran a single test to prove it. Now, there's only one way to prove whether or not these animals are transitional. Okay? There's only one way to do that, and that is to take the DNA of the one family group, like let's say, for instance, the Archaeopteryx. Michael, are you there? Michael, are you there? Well, I'm going to remove that one. I'll pull this one up. Michael, are you there? Can you hear me? Michael, can you hear me? Michael. So it seems like Michael just wants to look at me. Michael, can you hear me? Michael is on the air. Let's pull up his other one. Good Lord. Michael, are you there? Michael, are you there? Well, let's take a look over here now. So far, the atheists aren't doing very well. Our first atheist, his rather than showing us that his proof for a transitional fossil, and I want to show you what our little thing was about here. You see, we were talking about the gaps that the atheists, because we always hear about God of the gaps, the ridiculous thing, God of the gaps. When, you know, the atheist has tons of gaps that they can't explain. They have to call for magic and miracles, like with abiogenesis. They have not the slightest idea how abiogenesis would work, a so-called natural process by which non-life just randomly forms into life. It never happens in nature, never been observed, never been recreated in a lab. They can't make it happen. And they don't even know by which vehicle non-life becomes life or how consciousness came about. They don't even know what consciousness is when it comes right down to it. So they make the claim that every fossil is transitional. Now, let's take, for instance, the Archaeopteryx. The Archaeopteryx, they say, is a transitional fossil that is a transition between theropod dinosaurs and modern-day birds. Now, you see, they dug this fossil out of the ground. They took one look at it. They said, okay, this is transitional between a theropod dinosaur and a bird. They didn't run a single test on it. But then they say, okay, now it's a fact. We claim it, so it is now a fact. They haven't run so much as a single DNA test to prove that it's a fact. Not a single one. Why not? Well, they don't have the DNA for one thing. So, you see, these are untestable hypotheses. And if you know anything about science, you know that an untestable hypothesis renders it no better than science fiction. It's no better than science fiction, folks. Now, our one atheist that came on here, you saw how mature he was. All he could do was shoot the bird. But, see, these are anti-theists. They hate God. And they hate people that love God. That's just all there is to it. And you see how he reasons. He doesn't. And you see Michael not showing up here after they said that they would show up. After they said that they could prove that there are transitional fossils. So there we go, folks. We see that they can't do anything that they're saying. Not a thing. So with that, I guess we're going to let it go. You guys have a great day. And what's this show? A couple more atheists bite the dust in less than 5 minutes. That's shameful for your side, atheist. Shameful. Shameful. Is this the best y'all have? Is this all y'all got? Because you sure don't have science on your side. And with that being said, this is Eric, a.k.a. Wolfbitten. And 2 more bite the dust. One let his fingers do the walking and the talking. And the other one couldn't even show. Have a good day.